What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel Saved by the Code, where I talk about crypto stuffs, this newfangled crypto technology. Got some great stories for you today to go over. As usual, this market just never stops. Every day there is something to talk about because it is a 24/7 market that does not stop. Unlike the stock market, unlike banks, where you can't even send a wire on the weekend. We're closed, sorry. Can't move your money. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, got some good stuff for you. So let's just get right into it. The Bitcoin hash rate has grown by over 30% since the beginning of this year. The hash rate is defined as the number of computers participating in mining on the Bitcoin network. And, what is mining? What's the purpose of it? I feel like that's a question that a lot of people ask, so I'll just kind of briefly summarize it for you. Mining is the process of securing the Bitcoin network. It keeps nodes, computer operators honest within the network, because it postulates that if you're investing all this money, all this energy, because you need energy to process and secure the network, all this money, all this space, all this energy, if you're investing all that, why would you be doing it to take down the very network that you're supporting? And you have a vested interest in maintaining the integrity of this network that you're investing in, all this money, all this energy, all this time, all this space, because you need space, you need computer hardware, all that stuff. And all the miners are doing is solving a puzzle. You can think of them solving a Sudoku puzzle, even though it's not a Sudoku puzzle, but everybody knows what Sudoku is. And all these, think of like warehouses full of people competing to solve the Sudoku problem first, the puzzle first. Whoever solves it gains the right to add to the list of transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain. So you have to put in work to be able to add transactions to the network, to the blockchain, to the record of transactions that's ever occurred. So it introduces this introduction of putting in work to do this greatly increases the degree of honesty, because why would you be putting in all this work, all this investment? Imagine that. Warehouse is full of people solving Sudoku puzzles. You got to hire all these people. You got to pay them all. Imagine the pencils that they use cost a lot of money. There's very specialized pencils to solve these Sudoku puzzles, whatever. I'm just making this up. But you get rewarded. The incentive is that you get paid for solving the puzzle first, correctly, showing it to everybody. Once you solve it, you show it to everyone in the network. You go, here, I solved it first. It's very easy to check. It's very hard to solve, but very easy to check. Everyone goes, oh, yeah, I solved it. So you have the right to add those transactions to the Bitcoin blockchain. It was a very quick summary. I hope it was kind of easy to understand. You can also think of it as in terms of mining gold. You need to use bulldozers to dig through dirt to pull the gold out of the ground. So the incentive is to get the gold. You want the gold. Everyone wants the gold. So you have to expend energy in the form of gasoline and bulldozers to dig through dirt to get the gold out. Same with Bitcoin. You need to use computer hardware to dig through numbers instead of dirt to get the Bitcoin. And you're expending electricity instead of gasoline. Same idea. There's an incentive. You have to put the work in to get the gold, to get the Bitcoin out. Except in Bitcoin, it's even a better, more honest system, because you need to put in the work, and anybody can participate too, in order to have the right to add to the blockchain. So that's just a quick rundown of what Bitcoin mining is. And what's even the purpose of it? The purpose is to secure a decentralized ledger, and it neutralizes money. That's what it does. It removes humans from the equation. Sure, we're still humans running these computers, but the process of securing the network and creating Bitcoin is neutralized, which money so desperately needs to be neutralized. And that's what decentralized networks do. That's what distributed computing systems like Bitcoin do. They're intended to do is neutralize whatever it is. It's to remove the human element, because you can't trust humans and we screw things up. Maybe not me and you. I mean, it's just we screw stuff up. And money needs to be neutralized. It's just plain and simple. And Bitcoin does it the absolute best out of any crypto out there. But anyways, as I was saying, the Bitcoin network's hash rate is at an all-time high, meaning there is an all-time high of people competing to earn that Bitcoin in the network and securing the network. The network is as secure as it's ever been. It has increased by 30% since the beginning of the year, which is pretty wild. And the reasons behind this are thought to be that it takes a long time to get a large shipment of miners in a lot of the time. And it's believed that a lot of those shipments came in the beginning of the year. And a lot of those miners turned on their machines in also in line with the price increase as well. So really great to see. This is like a core aspect of the determining the health of the Bitcoin network. The more hash rate there is, the more decentralized, maybe not so much, but the healthier the network is, the more secure it is. And it's at an all-time high right now, and it's pretty crazy to see. Miners loving the increase in price as well. Yeah, it's just really great to see an all-time high in the Bitcoin hash rate, and thus the security of the network being at an all-time high. So yeah, Bitcoin miners mining that Bitcoin. It just keeps on Bitcoining. It just won't die. The network is so vast at this point. It's the largest computing network on the planet, by the way. And it's just so vast and decentralized at this point. It's just like theory that it can be taken down or destroyed. You know, why would you? And that's the thing too. To take down the Bitcoin network, you would need to invest hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, in electricity and computer hardware, in space, in setting all of this up. Why wouldn't you just ban it? You know, it's a much more cost-effective way of doing so, and it won't be banned by the U.S. at this point, and that's really the thing that would be quite detrimental, is if the U.S. banned it, because China banned it, nothing happened. Who cares? It's China. But the U.S. won't ban it because they have a vested interest in making a lot of money off of it. You know, their friends in high places see that this is a big money-making opportunity, and this is why you see like BlackRock and Fidelity. You know, they're involved in the industry. They have recently opened, or the NASDAQ as well, and Fidelity have recently opened crypto trading platforms of some sort. And so they have a vested interest in this thing appreciating in value and, providing their customers with trading services that they can make money off of the fees. It's always about the money. So they're not going to ban it. They're not going to ban it. They'll just make it difficult and try to make it seem like it's really bad right now, like the SEC and all this regulatory crackdown stuff. Bitcoin bad. Oh, look, the price went down. Now we can buy more. You know, it's just incredibly obvious as to what's going on. Yeah, another article, March Bitcoin mining stats show climbing revenue and hash rate highs. Yeah, the network is as healthy as can be. It's a beautiful thing to see. Lots of money being made. The security is an all-time high. And, yeah, Bitcoin ain't going anywhere, folks. all those articles. There's like a website that says how many times Bitcoin has died. It's like thousands of times. All these articles that always come out. Bitcoin's dead. It's over. It's done. Sell it all. It's over. Like thousands of articles. At this point, it's just, I think it has totally and completely solidified itself in the world. I mean, we need Bitcoin. We need it. You need that alternative. We need to neutralize money. And it does it very well. It does what it's supposed to do very well. It hasn't been destroyed yet. It hasn't been taken over. It hasn't been hacked. Any of those things. And 14 years later. And if it's made it through the early days, now how big the network is, I don't see it going anywhere. Yeah, so this article just reiterating the fact that the Bitcoin network is as healthy as can be. Beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And a lot of people may be thinking, oh, this energy that's being used, we're all going to burn alive. Bitcoin is going to catch the world on fire. Just don't. That's not true. There are so many other more energy intensive processes that happen on this planet that don't provide near the utility that Bitcoin does. You know, you have to ask yourself, I say this many times, is the energy use justified? Are Christmas lights energy use justified? Are game systems energy use justified? Are bank networks energy use justified with their big buildings and their lights and their computers and their servers? And that's a lot of energy right there, folks. Christmas lights, game systems, and all the banks in the world. Banks are the scourge of the earth. I would say their energy use is not justified. I think game systems have more of a use case than banks because, you know, it provides like an entertainment and a release, and I'm sure it keeps some people from going crazy. You know, that's a good, you know, service. Christmas lights are pretty to look at. Banks are neither pretty to look at, nor do they provide any kind of release. They just make everyone mad and screw everything up. So game systems and Christmas lights, energy use is more justified than banks. Bitcoin's energy use, which is heavily focused on renewables, by the way. Do you think banks care at all about renewables? No. They care about their bottom line and where they're going to get their money. Bitcoin's energy use, highly focused on renewables, as well as the service it provides to humanity, neutralizing money, enabling you to be in full control of your money, unconfiscatable if stored properly, borderless, many other things. I could just go on. I say these every video. But that's just, you know, the whole Bitcoin energy consumption thing is going to burn down the earth is just so hypocritical. It's absurd. Anyways, moving on. Oh, here's a good article. There's no reason to trust banks, and thanks to Bitcoin, we don't have to. That's right, folks. We have an alternative. Whee! Yippee! Yeah! And, this article just really is great. It totally just tells you exactly what happened in the past and what's happening once again. You know, we've already gone through a financial crisis where nobody got held accountable, and guess who had to pay for it? You had to pay for it. And all you did was work hard. You know, you obeyed all the rules, you worked hard, you earned this money, and then you got to foot the bill for greedy people's mistakes. Sociopaths' mistakes. And it's happening once again. In real time, we're witnessing the collapse of our financial system. I mean, how many times can you bail them out? How much money can you print? How many times will people not be held accountable? Can this go on forever? I beg to differ. Here we say, it's ironic that Credit Suisse, which emerged as one of the winners of the 2008 financial crisis, is among the first banks to bite the dust in this current crisis. Between 2008 and 2023, we've seen many scandals, constant litigation, terrible risk management, and never-ending drama, slowly eroding trust in a once prestigious institution. Oh, it's just everywhere. Let's see. So who has to pay for the price for this? You guessed it right. Everyone in Switzerland does. For the Credit Suisse collapse, bank in Switzerland. The Credit Suisse bailout is estimated to cost Swiss taxpayers a staggering 109 billion Swiss francs. That's $13,500 for every man, woman, and child in the country. Man, why should you have to pay for the screw-ups of others? It's terrible. It's horrible. It's happening here. It's happening everywhere. We need an alternative. Bitcoin's here to save the day. It's here to save the day. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Bitcoin. Not Superman, it is Bitcoin. Yeah, it's just absurd. And all these people in power say, oh, we're fine, everything's good, your money's safe. Don't worry, we gotcha. We're going to bail everyone out. It's going to be fine. You'll pay for it. And, yeah, we'll just keep on going. And it'll just be great and wonderful. That was my cat's automatic feeder, if you heard that. Sorry. Yeah. Just trust us, bro. That's what it says in this article. Just trust us. We got this. When have we let you down ever? Ever. Come on. It's just, please. When have I ever lied to you? When have I ever let you down? Never. I mean, except for those 10 other times, but just don't worry about that. This time you can trust me. It's pathetic at this point. Blatantly obvious what these old people... It's just so funny. Every time you see anything on the TV, they're like 150 years old. Every single person. It's like, where's the youth? No wonder why they don't like Bitcoin. It's this newfangled technology stuff. They don't even know how to send a text message. Like, my gosh. Janet Yellen. Christine Lagarde turns 88 years old. It's like, please. Oh, gosh. Money printer will go burr again. And then, yep, they're going to keep printing money. You better believe it. Inflation's probably going to get more out of control. Many things are going to continue to be more out of control. But the money is broken. And Bitcoin fixes money. So, yeah. I would, at least recommend looking into it, entertaining it, having an open mind. Don't just write it off as drug dealer, horrible, terrible money. I've been into Bitcoin for 7 years, and I can tell you right now that it does what it's supposed to do very, very well. Very well. Price goes up, price goes down, whatever. I will tell you right now, if you buy Bitcoin, not financial advice at all, ever in any of my videos, by the way, you make your own investment decisions. If you decide to buy Bitcoin, the price will go down from the price at which you bought it at. It will. There is no possible chance that you buy Bitcoin at the absolute bottom and it just goes up, never going below the price that you bought it at. It will. And you need to be able to stomach that. It might go down a lot from what you bought it at. However, if you believe in money being neutralized, taking power away from these people that are destroying everyone's lives around the world, which is what Bitcoin does. Wow, it's windy as heck out again today. It's been so windy here, it's ridiculous. Removing the power, that's what Bitcoin does. It literally removes. It goes, give me that power back to us who deserve it. It is a fake money converter. You put your Monopoly money into the Bitcoin machine and out comes real money. It's pretty amazing. It's like a magic trick. Why it's called magic internet money. But yeah, we need an alternative, and Bitcoin is that alternative. It's a life raft. The Titanic is sinking. It's your decision whether or not you're going to get off this sinking boat or go down with it. Bitcoin's right there. It's like, hey man, I got a life raft. We're good. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Are you going to stay on the Titanic? Or are you going to go with Rose and Jack and float on a piece of wood? That was a bad analogy, but you know what I mean. All right. Moving on to the next story. Crypto wallet provider Ledger raises $109 million as demand for self-custody soars. Ledger is a company in the cryptocurrency space that produces what are called hardware wallets. It is basically a glorified USB stick, but they're actually really nice. They're really great. The user interface is awesome. Very simple to use. Very simple. Bitcoin is not complicated. You don't need to know every single inner workings of Bitcoin to know how to use it. If you can copy and paste, you can use Bitcoin. It's that easy. If you can write on a piece of paper and you know how to copy paste on a computer, you're pretty much good to go. But yeah, crypto wallet provider Ledger, they've been seeing a lot of demand, and it's great because self-custody is so important. Like I said, Ledger produces these little pieces. They're a physical piece of hardware, like something you can hold in your hand. And this is where you can store your cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, other cryptos, securely. And that's the best way to do it. Keeping your crypto on an exchange is the same as keeping your money in a bank. It's not yours. Completely defeats the purpose of it. You need to self-custody your crypto. Hi, buddy. There's my cat. This ensures that only you have control of your money. That's what this does. That's what these hardware wallets do. They put you in full control. They let you be your own bank. Leo. Leo's trying to get in on the show. Crazy kitty. Yeah. They make you're your own bank, essentially. Whenever you put your money, when you put your crypto on these devices. And it also makes it incredibly more secure. Someone could take that device from you, and if you wrote down your what's called seed phrase, you'd be able to salvage your crypto. So even if the device gets stolen, lost, destroyed, you can still salvage your cryptocurrency. Unlike gold, by the way, that's a huge advantage. The non-physical nature of cryptocurrencies, of Bitcoin, is that if your device is taken, you can salvage it. If your gold bar is taken, confiscated, it's gone. Unless you have insurance or something, but I think that's a huge advantage of Bitcoin to gold, is its non-physical nature. And I'm not bashing gold. I say this every video. Gold's great. I'm an advocate of gold. It's a great diversifier. However, you only got one bar of gold. So yeah, great to see the increase in demand for self-custodying devices like a Ledger. There's other ones out there. There's one called a Trezor, but like I said, there are devices that enable you to be your own bank. That this is the last step in totally removing power from those that are destroying everybody's lives, is purchasing Bitcoin, not a financial advice. You purchase Bitcoin on an exchange, you transfer it off onto this hardware device that now you are in total and full control of, and you've completely removed that money from the traditional financial system that cannot be used anymore to destroy your life, which is what they do. They use money to destroy people's lives. Take all your money and destroy everything. It's literally all the government does and all banks do, time and time again. So self-custody of cryptocurrency is a peaceful revolution. Bitcoin is a peaceful revolution. No one needs to get killed. You just buy Bitcoin and it takes the power away. It's pretty incredible and powerful. It really is. No one gets hurt. No one gets shot. But you've removed power from them. And that's what war is all about. It's all a power thing. Like, we now own this because we killed more people than you did. It's a horrible thing, but now we have Bitcoin. That's a peaceful protest, literally. We can now fight a war without anybody needing to get hurt. It's just, Bitcoin is so incredibly powerful. It's like crazy. The more and more, over the 7-8 years I've been into it, I have become so convicted to it. Like I said, I question everything, even Bitcoin. I question all of my beliefs, but it is really the only hope we have in my eyes. And like I said, the longer I've been in it, the more I've been reading and doing research on it, the more conviction and, the more its use case becomes incredibly apparent and how much we desperately need it. And hopefully this channel can open other people's eyes to Bitcoin, because it's more than just the speculative asset that the media wants you to think it is. Just for drug dealers and criminals and money laundering and making money. Meanwhile, they're doing all the money laundering. They are the criminals. Robbing you. Destroying your life. I'm just going to stop. You get what I'm saying. All right, next story. SEC's Gensler seeks 2.4. And let me just say. I see this channel, I get it. I raise a lot of really negative things. But it's reality. But always remember, the ethos of this channel is that Bitcoin is freedom and it is hope. It truly is. Freedom and hope. And happiness and prosperity. Kumbaya, love, sail on the sunset. You get what I'm saying. But yeah, for real. I know I talk about a lot of negative things on this channel, but just know that it's all in spreading the hope that is Bitcoin. And if I can get just one person to even just look at it, maybe consider it, and like I said, not financial advice, but maybe ultimately if they make their own investment decisions, if I can get one person, this is a success. Okie doke, next story. Now that that's out of the way, Bitcoin's hope. SEC's Gary Gensler seeks $2.4 billion in funding to chase down crypto misconduct. Oh, the SEC. I couldn't even imagine what the world would be like without the SEC. We would just be in turmoil. It would just be a horrible, dark world. Thankfully, we have the SEC that is there to protect you and I from the horrible atrocities that are happening in crypto, because our banking institutions are so just honest and trustworthy, and I can go to my bank and feel confident and sleep well at night that my money is safe because the SEC is there to protect me. It is so insane. The hypocrisy is just incomprehensible. It's mind-boggling. Why don't you go and chase down all the money laundering that's happening at the banks and all the fraud and misallocation of funds, all that horrible stuff that happens in our trusted banking institutions, as opposed to the minimal amount, relatively speaking, of crypto misconduct that happens. Sure, there's illegal things that happen in crypto all the time. But you better believe that the US dollar is the absolute king of criminal activity. King. Why would you use Bitcoin when you can trace everything? Literally, from the first transaction ever to occur on Bitcoin, you can trace it and see where it's gone. It's pretty ridiculous. They're just trying to paint... Here's my theory. I don't know any of these people. I've never spoken to any of them. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about stuff. Crypto stuff. they are trying to paint this bad picture of crypto so that the prices are suppressed and their buddies can scoop up more and control the industry. It's really apparent. You would think they would have either just outright banned Bitcoin and cryptos altogether at this point. Well, they haven't, because they see that they can make the money. You know, like I say in all my episodes, they want the money. They want the money. And you better believe that they see the potential of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So they want to scoop it all up and control the industry and make all the money. I'd be willing to bet in like 3 or 4 years, they're super accepting of crypto. Oh, we love Bitcoin. It's amazing. It's freaking going to change the world. It'll empower the individual. Once they have all their exchanges set up and all their stuff and all their coins accumulated, it's going to be the best thing in the world in a couple years. But we have to go through this because we live in a world where everybody wants the money. It was inevitable. There's no stopping this. So yeah, let's see. What's he got to say here? Gensler, the almighty Gary Gensler, protecting all of us. Rapid technological innovation in the financial markets has led to misconduct in emerging and new areas, not least in the crypto space. Addressing this requires new tools, expertise, and resources. So we need $2.4 billion. Goodbye. The additional funding will allow SEC to hire 170 additional staff. The thing is like, I say all these bad things about these organizations, the SEC, the IRS. There are good people working in these. I totally, wholeheartedly believe that. There are genuinely good people working in these organizations that really think that they really want to protect us, the average person. I totally believe that. But what these higher ups do and their motives and their agendas is just what seems to screw everything up and give these organizations bad names. I mean, just look around you. They're not protecting anybody. They want the money. And yeah, it's just so blatantly obvious what's happening. Yeah, so Gary Gensler wants a lot of money so he can make more money. But he hides behind the guise of protecting the investor. Why don't you go after the real criminals there, Gary? Yeah. All right, next story. XRP, another cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin, surges on investor hope that Ripple defeats SEC. Holy crap, it is so windy. XRP surges on investor hope that Ripple defeats SEC. Ripple is the company behind the cryptocurrency XRP, and they've been in an SEC lawsuit for the last couple years. The same hodgepodge bullcrap. Just, like I said, I don't talk to any of these people. I don't know what's going on. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about stuff. I believe it is to suppress the prices so they can gobble up all the coins and control the industry. Otherwise, why wouldn't they just outright ban it? But they know they can make the money and they want to control it. There's my view on that. Please leave a comment if you think otherwise, or if you agree, or if you made a pie today. Let me know what flavor it was. All right, yeah, so, people were buying XRP in the hopes that they'll win this. This is really important. And the whole lawsuit is about XRP selling unregistered securities back in 2013. The SEC thinks every crypto is a security, basically. except for Bitcoin. They've literally explicitly come out and said that Bitcoin is not a security because there is no centrally issuing authority. There's no CEO. There's no Bitcoin office. All these other cryptos are basically companies. Bitcoin is the only true decentralized cryptocurrency with no face to it, with no company behind it. So there's no one to sue, which is a testament as to how truly decentralized Bitcoin is. And these other ones, not so much. I think there's other great. I think XRP is a pretty cool project. I do. But you got to be honest with yourself. It does have a level of decentralization. However, not nearly close to Bitcoin. It's an interesting project, though. You know, I'm not really the kind of guy that just thinks everything else is a scam and then it's stupid crap. Like some Bitcoin maximalists is what they're called. They just literally think Bitcoin is the only thing. And I'm totally 80% on that side. But there are other great projects. Cardano is a great project. Ethereum's a great project. XRP is pretty cool. It's not like my favorite, but, there are other great projects out there. And, I feel like it's good to see what this technology is capable of. And, XRP, Ripple, the company behind the cryptocurrency XRP, in this SEC lawsuit. Like I said, I think it's just a move to suppress crypto prices so they can gobble up all of it. And it's really important, though. I really hope Ripple wins this lawsuit because it will be good for all of crypto. And, if they lose, that's not good because that pretty much means that they're going to go after a lot of other altcoins being any other crypto other than Bitcoin. Like I said, Bitcoin's already been established that it's not a security. And it's ridiculous because the SEC bases their definition of a security off of a law that was written in 1934. 1934. That's almost 100 years ago. It's so silly. The absurdity in everything is on so many levels. Based on the law from 1934, this new cryptocurrency is a security. It's like, you sound insane. Whoa, okay. Go back. Not that article. This is the next article I have for you. Bitcoin is set to disrupt Africa's $85 billion financial system. Here's what we need to know. What do we need to know? Tell us. Apparently, this is what we need to know. Yeah, so Jack Dorsey, the ex-CEO of Twitter, loves Bitcoin. I think I said in my last video, he showers in it, he bathes in it, he eats Bitcoin-shaped pizzas and cookies for every single meal. He uses Bitcoin-derived skin lotion. I'm just kidding. I don't even think that exists. He loves Bitcoin. He thinks and is trying to bring it to Africa, which is a continent that so desperately needs money to be neutralized. I mean, these people live under horrible, horrible authoritarian regimes they just decimate people's savings. You're locked out of your bank account. They inflate your money into oblivion. Goodbye. See ya. Don't care. It is crazy outside right now. Oh my gosh. Hope the electric doesn't go out. So yeah, it is just great to see. I mean, as I always say, it's hard for me to trust, it's Jack Dorsey. He's probably got some motives there, but hey, man, I mean, he's bringing Bitcoin to a place that needs it. Whatever. If he wants to make some money, let him make some freaking money off of it. They do seriously need an alternative there because their banking and financial system is so bad. it doesn't even exist. Literally, they don't even have a place to go called a bank. Like, so bad there, and they desperately need Bitcoin. And so it's pretty great to see that it's being brought to places like this, and I really think it will, and it is. I mean, you can see that people are using Bitcoin in places like this, like Venezuela, Turkey, Argentina, in places in Africa, and they need it there. They really, really do. And so it's just really good to see. Appear to be making a big path. The report pointed to one quote by Dorsey, the comment, where he spoke about how Bitcoin had made up for money lost during a recent street protest in Nigeria. The Nigerian, quote, Jack Dorsey, the Nigerian government went to various bank corps to stop protesters from receiving money, which Bitcoin made up for. So our whole reason for being as a company is solving the same problem that Bitcoin will ultimately solve for everyone in the world. Yeah. I mean, apparently people were protesting. It's just one example out of millions. Nigerian government, shut out their bank accounts. You can't send, you can't receive money. Your money is just halted. Can't do that with Bitcoin, buddy. Problem solved. So that's just one example of how, Bitcoin empowers the individual and is freedom, literally. No one can stop you from moving your Bitcoin anywhere to anybody in the entire world. No one. It's a beautiful thing. And if you don't think that's useful, go make a pie or something. I don't know why I keep talking about pie. Next story. Bittrex to shut down U.S. operations cites regulatory challenges. Yeah, this regulatory crackdown is just an absolute hostile takeover of the industry. Bittrex is a pretty big exchange in the U.S. They're just stopping altogether because of how ridiculous the SEC is. And, they're just like, we're done. It says here, their tweet, due to continued regulatory uncertainty, we have made the difficult decision to wind down our U.S. operations effective April 30th, 2023. All funds are safe and can be fully withdrawn immediately. Whoa. There goes the lights. There's a huge, crazy storm outside right now. It's just like I said, the SEC is just attacking the industry in an attempt, I believe, to control the industry, get cheap coins. All right, there's a crazy storm outside. I gotta get through this quick. My lights might go out. No big deal. My laptop's on battery. But anyways, last story here I got for you. Economist Peter Schiff warns of U.S. dollar devaluation, the biggest economic disaster in history. Peter Schiff being a huge gold guy. He doesn't like Bitcoin at all. I think he's just being intellectually dishonest and refuses to accept the fact that it is better than gold. I mean, he made all his money off of gold. And, and there goes the lights. I think I'm still going here, though. Whoa! Anyways, yeah, he is just, I mean, there's so many people warning of this incoming economic disaster. And thanks to the big mistakes the Fed has made in 2008 crisis, we have a much bigger bubble now. The Fed caused the bubble that led to the financial crisis of 2008, and then they inflated a bigger bubble to try to paper over those mistakes and kick the can down the road so that we wouldn't have to deal with the full consequences of resolving all those mistakes. Of course, we just compounded the problem with bigger mistakes, and now the U.S. economy is poised on the biggest economic disaster in its history. Yeah. They're just kicking the can down the road. Like I said, the Band-Aid was put on back in 2008. People paid for it. Move on. These bailouts are endangering everybody's bank deposits, even the banks that are solvent. Even though this guy hates Bitcoin, we're on the same team here. We are on the same team. I don't hate him. I think he's pretty cool, actually. Even though he doesn't like Bitcoin. I can't figure out why. He's kind of old. And he's been a gold bug his whole life. So, understandable. Maybe he's scared that Bitcoin's going to take market share which I totally believe it will, reach the market cap of gold, $10 trillion market cap in the future, hopefully near future. But yeah, Peter Schiff, stating the obvious once again, and banks are financials. Schiff sees the recent collapse of major banks, including Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, as the start of the next financial crisis. That's exactly what's happening now. It's a banking crisis, and banks are financials. I think people are reluctant to call it a financial crisis because they don't want to evoke their memories of 2008. And they don't want to make any comparisons. They don't want to acknowledge that. Yeah, we got to protect ourselves in these insane financial times. Bitcoin is a great way to do that. Gold, not financial advice, great way. Silver, gold, Bitcoin, anything that is out of the hands of centralized control is going to be even guns, just anything that's not inside a bank or that has to do with US. It's not US dollars or in a bank. I get it. We're all forced to use these systems, but that we have alternatives. There are alternatives. And Bitcoin is there to save the day as usual. It is hope. It is freedom. It is prosperity. Like I said, if I can just get one person to even consider Bitcoin, I will consider this channel a success. All right. I think that does it for all this craziness. Oh, my goodness. My internet is out. The wind is so crazy right now. Why did this have to happen right when I was making a video? Great. Wonderful. Perfect. All right. Whatever. I'm sure prices are just great. I'm going to look at my phone just to kind of go into the market, see where everything's at. Bitcoin's sitting at $28,400. Ethereum at $1,820. Tether at $1. Whoa. XRP 51 cents. Yeah, so market's not bad. Looks like a Christmas tree, red and green. Kind of just going sideways. All right, so apparently there's a hurricane outside. And yeah, I'm going to board up my windows now. Wish me luck. I hope I survive. Just kidding. It's not a hurricane, but it is windy as heck out there. It's pouring, thundering. My internet just went out. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for listening. I deeply appreciate every single one of you, whether you're new, whether you are a return listener. I deeply appreciate all of you. And yeah, be safe out there, folks. And I bid you farewell on your cryptocurrency journey.